My name is Jeremy Johnson. I'm the Director of Youth Ministries here at Proclamation, and we've been doing for the last 3 months a vocational mentoring program that really encourages students to dig deep and to discover the way that they are gifted uniquely to serve those around them and to serve God's kingdom vocationally. And so this is all part of a program and an effort partnering with parents and families and helping students discover where they should go and how they should allocate the next 5 years of their life going into college and how they might serve God. This is our first year doing the program here at Proclamation Presbyterian Church. It's a smaller group of kids, 5 kids, and the Lord's really blessed us as we've tried to work with kids and getting them involved. We meet on a weekly basis and try to encourage them as they develop resumes, as they have interviews with Christians in their professions of interest. And it's been a fun ride seeing God's hand and His faithfulness in the lives of these students as the light bulbs go off, and for the first time we're able to decipher perhaps His will for their lives vocationally through this program, and that's been a really cool process, an awesome blessing.
You may be asking how a LifeSkills career mentoring program works. Let's look at the evolution of an idea.
LifeSkills is committed to providing high school students with mentoring experiences that mirror life experience. We will use a blended education model which combines engaged learning experiences with innovative uses of technology, all under the watchful eye of trained facilitators who will guide and oversee and dialogue with the students in the completion of challenging projects. Students will assimilate skills that are integral to success in a fast-changing world. They will learn to think critically, chart a career course, and participate in career exercises.
How can we do this? We allow the program and the technology to do the heavy lifting in terms of subject matter and administration. This frees up the teacher to focus on the student. Because of our system, finding mentors and organizing the program is easy. You can think of it as having 2 parts, the discovery and the execution. The mentoring assignments result in an idea. The hands-on assignments make it real. The student is required to complete essays, a web page, and a resume. It teaches them how to articulate who they are on several levels. We start with the student strength assessment because we believe it's the most effective way to tailor a program to the student's needs. Understanding his passion is the most effective catalyst for his learning.
I think the thing that makes the student strength assessment unique for this program is the fact that it's done one-on-one, in person. So instead of filling out a Scantron, for us, we did it over coffee in a coffee shop, both looking at the same sets of questions. The student was writing their answer, I was typing their answer, paraphrasing it. If you lose sight of that connection time with students, then the whole point of the program has just gone by the wayside. And there is administrative time, and it's not insignificant, but you never want that to be the main focus.
Critical thinking is encouraged by comparing and contrasting the responses from these mentors.
I knew about nursing, being a doctor, being a PA, being a physical therapist, but what those people did was a bit of a mystery to me. So during this vocational mentoring program, I was able to interview people who were each of those people, so a nurse, a doctor, a PA, and hopefully a physical therapist, and understand more what they did during their job, what they did during their schooling, and what's asked of them now, and how the time changes. So basically understanding their work. So that's been great because it's helped me understand where I would fit the best, because with the help of the mentors in this program, I found my strengths, and with those strengths I've weeded out what would be the best area of study for me.
Getting into it was kind of difficult, but once I got into it, it just became really easy. You just need to do it once, I guess, and then it becomes easy, like riding a bike. It's opened my eyes on what really the careers I'm interested are. So it's kind of gotten rid of the fog that was covering what the careers I was interested in, just kind of opened it up kind of to see its inner workings, how it's really like.
What do you know now that you didn't know then?
That accounting isn't really where I want to go.
Marine biology, and after doing like my interviews and stuff, I kind of like, now I'm leaning more towards like the side of social work and stuff, just because I can relate more to it, and so I feel like I really connect with it more. I mean, I still love both of them. It like definitely changed my outlook on what I want to do later on. My whole life I've just been saying like I want to be a marine biologist, and then for me to think like, oh, I might want to do something else, it's like, what? So that's kind of a weird realization.
Even for myself, being in college and knowing what I want to do and using this program for myself and seeing the benefits of really analyzing, this is what I think I want to do, this is what that really looks like, these are the steps to get there, and I don't think that we emphasize that enough, and that leads people to changing their careers a lot more, and this helps to focus in, so I think that's really encouraging.
I think our culture really is very satisfied with kids going to college and consuming an experience, potentially an education. And this is about asking students to be contributors to the society as a whole, but also to the church, to God's kingdom. And that sort of outside the box thinking, it's very biblical, but it's not very cultural. Or at least it's not in line with our culture now. And so when we're asking students to think and to dream big about what God might have for them in the future, you get a lot of puzzled looks on their faces. And they don't realize how serious we are about this, about connecting them with the very best professionals in their field of interest right now, today. And really utilizing all of the context, all of the networking that we have at our disposal as adults. They don't realize that we're serious about bending over backwards to help them, and we are. We're not fooling around.
Hey, my name's Darren. I'm in a vocational mentoring program that is helping me decide what I'm supposed to do with my life. And in this vocational mentoring program, I've been trying to get mentors to help me through the field, understand the field of that I want to go into. And I would like to try to go into the medical field, more specifically physical therapy. And I would like you to help me understand more about your field so that I will have more of an idea of what I'm getting myself into. If I could, I would love to shadow you. If not, I'd love to interview you for about a half hour, and if that's okay, you can tell me now, or you can respond later with my email or my phone number. So
what we're trying to do is we're trying to tap into their giftedness and connect them with adults in their field of interest. And when you do that and they talk to 2, 3, 4, and 5 adults that are earning incomes, that are providing for their families, that are serving their community and serving God, it ignites a flame in them, because they're able to visualize themselves doing that same sort of thing in 10, 20, 30 years down the road. And for a lot of students, it's not that they're not motivated, it's just they have no idea where they're going. And if you open the door, if you point them in the direction that they should go, they're ready, willing, and able to sprint there. And that's a really cool thing. That's when that light bulb goes off.
There are 3 modalities for learning: visual learning, auditory learning, and kinesthetic learning. Hands-on work and ambitious projects provide students with the opportunity to refine their goals. Let's take a look at how the kinesthetic learning occurs.
The other day I was at a science fair, and somebody from Harrisburg University walked up, and he introduced himself as Tim Dawson, and I hope that's his name. Anyway, he asked me why I was in the science fair, what I wanted to do after my high school career. So I got to use my my little elevator speech to tell him a little bit about myself within a certain amount of time. So basically, that included my name and all that follows, and my interests and ways of contacting me. And it turned out well. I ended up getting a scholarship from it. So yeah.
Finally, we take a step back and observe what we learned. This is the opportunity for the student to receive the recognition that they deserve. What you've been watching is actually one such example of recognizing accomplishment.
If you think about something that you've done that's, in your opinion, worthwhile, and you don't get recognized by someone, I mean, it kind of takes some of the glamour out of it. I think it's a human nature thing just to want to be recognized for when you do something well. And especially for these students that they're seeking approval anyway, and it's kind of a tough point in their life because they're trying to decide what they want to do with the next 4 years. And so anytime that they are willing to put in that kind of work and that kind of effort in anything, I think they deserve to be recognized for that in some way.
I was kind of like not really all that into it. It was just kind of like sprung on me by someone. They were just like, oh, this seems like it'd be really good for you. I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't really know what it was or anything. But I mean, once I started kind of hearing about it, it was kind of like, seems kind of interesting, like, and it'll definitely help me in the future. So
I did this program because I saw a lot of students going to college without a clue of what they wanted to do. And to a certain extent, you do find yourself, you do tap into your giftedness in college. And my hope for this program was that students would be encouraged to go into college with a plan, or not to go to college, to go to vocational trade school, to really consider these things thoughtfully. And this program has done that. It really causes students to ask very basic questions that will help them make better decisions in the years going ahead. And if the program does that, and it has, I think it's a success.
There are some elements of life you can't control, but there are a lot of elements in life that you can. And I think this program really puts students in a good mindset to be able to determine what those different elements are. And like I said before, it's what you put into life, and this program specifically, that you get out of it. And so if they're willing to, put the time and the effort into it, they're going to see results.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to work with your students. Hopefully this is the first of many stepping stones in a lifetime of discovery.